Ever since Kaneki came out, he's easily been one of the most hated killers in DBD by the survivor players. And even after 2 different nerfs and 2 different patches, he's still so hated to the point that some survivors just give up as soon as they know they're going against the Ghoul. Now the most common response to that would be, it's a skill issue, and the survivors just need to get better. Don't get me wrong, while that is true to some extent, there is a bit more into it. Kaneki is one of my favorite killers to play, but at the same time I can emphasize for the other side and see what makes him so boring to go against. This is not a video to call for nerfs or buffs. This is just my opinion on why survivors don't like going against Kaneki. As someone who plays him a lot, it's still not a good reason to DC as soon as you see Kaneki though. So what makes a killer not fun to go against? I have these things that I listed that I will go over in this video and explain why I think Kaneki is not fun to go against. The first thing is free injury. As we've seen throughout the years, survivors don't like killers that get free injuries on you. Let's take Legion for example. I think everyone can agree that Legion is one of the worst killers in the game, and survivors still hate him. Legion is a killer that doesn't really have a real power, but he has one thing. And that one thing he has, you guessed it, free injury. Again, that is not a valid reason to give up or DC as soon as you see Legion, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a bit unfun to go against. That being said, at least for Legion you have a chance to stun him and get him out of his power, but on Kaneki you cannot do anything at all. He will get the injury on you for free, and you cannot do anything. Not to mention he can also injure you through the wall. And survivors just don't like that. But the difference between Kaneki and Legion, while Legion being one of the worst killers in the game, Kaneki is one of the best killers in the game, and he can get a free injury on you, which makes survivors don't want to go against him even more. And the second thing that people don't like about Kaneki is deep wound. He gets a free injury on you, yes, and he also puts you in deep wound for some reason, which makes the complete free injury even more annoying because now you have to mend. You cannot ignore mending because you will fall down. And again, survivor players just don't like that. All of this brings me to my next point, which is tunneling. This is another thing that this killer is really good at, is tunneling. Because he gets a free injury and puts you in deep wound, he can easily get rid of the best perks in the game. He can get rid of off the record for free after you get off the hook and tunnel you easily. Rid of perks like dead hard as well. This is not to say you shouldn't tunnel, you should do this or do that. I'm just mentioning it because tunneling is a strategy that is unfun to go against, which is why it's in the list. And now to number 2, is mobility. This killer has some insane mobility. He can get to the other side of the map faster than Blight, faster than Billy, faster than Nurse. He is the fastest killer in DBD. He can hook a survivor, go to the other side of the map in the span of 3-4 seconds, get a free injury on somebody else, and then comes back to the hook in 3 or 4 seconds again. And no other killer in the game can do this. Go to the other side of the map, get a free injury, come back within 2-3 seconds. Unless you are a very coordinated team, most of the time you'll just get caught in a dead zone where there is no safety and you just go down very fast. Now the third thing that makes a killer unfun to go against is scamper. Chucky used to go under pallets and get a free hit on you every time he had power, and that was a miserable time to play against Chucky if you played against released Chucky. Once every 20 seconds he gets his power, and if you drop any pallet he can just go under it and gets a free hit on you. Now the devs took that mechanic away from the game because it was considered unhealthy and it had very little to no counterplay. But for some reason the devs gave the same thing to Kaneki, where he can go over pallets instead of under them. And there isn't much you can do about this at all. Let's take the situation for example. If Kaneki has his power, there isn't much you can do about it. Some people will say you don't drop it and you just wait. The problem with that is when Kaneki lifts up his 4 tails, the Kagoon, and this is where people say just don't drop it, just wait for him. While that sounds really good in theory, it just doesn't work in a real game. Because it takes Kaneki 0.5 seconds to lift up his 4 tails, the Kagoon. You will not have time to react to that in a real game. If you drop the pallet here, you will get hit. If you don't drop it, you will also get hit. It doesn't matter how good you are at the game, how bad, you are gonna get hit here, no matter what. As you can see, Kaneki has all these things that makes a killer unfun to verse. But here's the thing, these things also make him very fun to play. which is why he is the most picked killer. He's even more popular than Wesker was when Wesker came out. He has higher pick rates than Wesker. He's very accessible, he's not very hard to play. I think he is hard to master, but anyone can play kaneki and get good results with him. His skill floor is low, but he has a high skill ceiling. So he's good for everyone. If you're a new player, if you're a veteran player, if you don't play the game that much, anyone can pick kaneki and just do really well with him. Like I said at the start of this video is not about if we should nerf or buff kaneki, but I just don't want to see him become another skull merchant. If you are a survivor and you are watching this and you are struggling to face the Ghoul, in this point of the video I'm gonna give some tips on how to counter him. I play him quite a lot and I know his weaknesses, so I'm gonna share everything I know with you, and hopefully make it a bit easier to face him. Kaneki has 2 leaps on default, and once he injures you and puts you in the mend state, he gets enraged, and that means he's gonna have 3 leaps. You probably have seen this already, but if you haven't, the perk I find the most annoying to face when I play kaneki is made for this. If you are going against all of kanekis, it's a good time to put this perk on. This perk will make you 3% faster while injured, and since you're injured against kaneki for the majority of the game, it's a really good counter against him. And this brings me to my next point, being injured. Don't be afraid of staying injured. Because this killer gets a free injury on you, there isn't much reason to not stay injured against him. In order for kaneki to get his camper, which is the most annoying thing about him in my opinion, he's gonna have to put you in deep wound to get enraged. So unless he just wants to chase you without power whatsoever, he's gonna have to put you in deep wound. And that is the reason why you should stay injured as much as you can. Now the second tip and the most important one, when kaneki injures you, don't try to run away to another loop that's far. Just stay on the same exact loop. If you try to run away to another loop that's far, you won't reach it and he will catch you off guard and down you. That's something I see survivors do a lot. I put them in deep wound and they try to run to the next loop that is far and they just don't make it and go down. So unless the loops are connected, like literally next to each other, don't try to run to a different loop. Just stay at the same one. Even if you get injured, just stay and play the pallet. Don't forget that won't work for every pallet because of Scamper. I can't say Scamper is a bit stupid and doesn't have much counterplay. These are some things I just wanted to get out of my chest. We have a killer that is really fun to play, but can be unfun to go against. If you don't like him, please don't DC and screw over your team, cause that's cringe. Stick it out, and hopefully these tips I gave will help you a lot. But that's it for the video, I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think we ever had a killer like this. He has the highest pick rate, by the way, of all killers of all time. Skull Merchant, for example, on release, she was boring to go against because of the 3-gen meta, but she wasn't very popular. Twins can be a bit boring because of slugging, again they're not very popular, but now we have a killer that is very popular and people don't find him fun to go against. But anyway, that's it for the video, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Take it easy guys.